Yo, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. What's going on, everyone? And the Glass Man is back. You guys, I'm back. I'm sorry I went MIA on you all. I don't know what happened. Well, I know exactly what happened. This whole new world, new way of digital technology, and this whole two-way authentication process. Basically has helped me to get locked out of all of my social media accounts and all of my YouTube and Facebook and everything. Anything that's managed through Google, basically I got locked out of. So last what winter, I had an issue where my phone. I told you guys about that. My phone ended up popping out of my pocket when I was riding my bike one day, and it just so happened to land perfectly right side up, and a car perfectly ran it over. And as you can see, that's what my phone came to be. But the thing was, is it actually still worked, even though it was all messed up and broken like this. It actually still worked for a while. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll just keep using it. I'll keep using it. And then eventually, one day when I was working, um, I had some kind of a pin, like my balloon pins. It was a very sharp pin. Let me see if I can find one or something similar. Something to like this here. I had one of these balloon pins in my pocket, and oh, look at that. Scott Appleman's balloon pin right there um, from when he passed last year. But so I had a balloon pin in my pocket, right? And it didn't have the backing. And I don't know why I just kept it in my pocket. It was like I was gonna put it inside or whatever, but the pin ended up going into the one of these cracks up in here, somewhere up in here, went up in the cracks and basically punctured right into the screen. And my cracked but working phone, it ended up it created a whole new set of problems and issues to where it was like making the touch screen completely go nuts. So um, I was able to get in, but then I couldn't get to do the code or whatever, because anytime I'd press it, it was like it was trying to do things, or like it would press too many numbers or whatever. So eventually, the only way I was able to use it was if people called me, and then I could answer the phone call. But and if you sent a message, I might be able to see a notification pop up top, and then it just went out, completely just gone, went out, completely done. I was like, whatever. Who really needs a phone these days? I'm one of those crazy guys where I had to see, can you survive without a bank account? I've been doing it since 2017, I believe, was when I finally removed myself from having a bank account. And so, yeah, I am one of those crazy individuals who likes to test out the situations and the systems. I like to see, can I actually survive without a phone? Can I actually survive without food or water? Just kidding. You can't survive without food or water, but you can definitely survive without a phone, right? And it was actually really nice. I enjoyed the break away from all social media platforms and everything. And it was really, really pleasant to just not have to wake up and all of a sudden you're like wondering what's going on this social media platform, or who said what, or who did what to who. or what's going on in the world and which country is doing what to who and who's effing who up in which ways and all this stuff, right? And it's like, man, it was just so pleasant to just get away from it all and not even worry about it. But the thing is even though my phone was off, I was still able to go live for months and months and months. Camera here, right? Remember, I decided, well, we're going to have to set up and we're going to have to start just figuring this out. Hey, what's going on? And Cap, I see you're here. Thanks for tuning in again. I'm glad you're here. So, yeah, this whole two-way authentication process, it really screwed me. So for months, I've been going live using my Chromebook, which is, it's basically this system up right here, right? And so I was using that Chromebook for a while, and oops, just messed up the whole angle of everything, huh? There you go. And so one day I was going to go live. I was actually going to talk about them spraying the mosquito sprays in the Albuquerque regions in 3 different regions. I believe the Hoffmantown area, the down by Rio Bravo and Unser, I believe, and then there was somewhere up in the Heights, like Moon and Indian School, and they were going to start spraying, just spraying a bunch of mosquito repellent or homes. There's going to be a residue left, so I was going to make a video on that about a month or so ago, and I decided I was going to refresh my computer system before going live because sometimes when I go live, oh, am I buffering? Interesting. So sometimes when I go live, is it buffering? Huh. So sometimes when I go live, my computer will just like shut down and go out. That'd be funny if it does it right now. It's buffering. I'm like, oh, that'd be great. I haven't used the system in a while. So I reset my system, and as it turns back on, instead of just like turning on like usual where I could just sign in with my password, it ended up going through a whole reboot, and I got locked out of my Chromebook. And it was like, well, we'll send you a password to your email or to your phone. I'm like, well, I can't get any kind of messages to my phone because of this crazy cracked, this crazy ass screen here. And so, yeah, I couldn't access the phone anymore. I was like, well, I can't get a phone call, can't get a text for the passcode to get into my Chromebook so I can sign in. I'm like, oh no. Our other laptop went down for some reason, and it's saying it's not reading the hard drive. I don't know what our cats did one night, but leaving the laptop open, they come crawling on it, and they did something. They messed something up. So I got locked out of the laptop, so I wasn't signed into my Gmail or my Google or my Chrome accounts there. This Chromebook got rebooted and refreshed, and I couldn't get in. I was like, oh man, I can't do anything. So whenever the mosquito spraying came out on the news about, I don't know when it was, in May or June, because I don't remember if they were going to start spraying in June or if they were going to start spraying in July. I think it was early June when I last went live, and they were going to start spraying in July. I don't even know if they already sprayed or if they're going to spray more, because I heard they were going to do it 6 times, twice in each location. So they might have done it in the beginning of the month, and then they're probably going to do it sometime soon. So just wanted to let you guys know I had a really nice vacation away from social media. It was beautiful. I loved it, actually. It was really nice and pleasant. I didn't want to get a phone, but recently I got some business ventures going, and I need to be able to send emails to these individuals so I can get some new accounts going with the glass balloons and with all kinds of other things going on. Also, Summerfest is happening this Saturday. I believe they start from 6 p.m. till 10 p.m., maybe 5 p.m. till 10. We're going to be out there early. I'm going to be set up at the same corner, southeast corner of Central and Solano and Nob Hill, right there, 3800 Central, southeast. And I'm going to bring my torch out as long as this rain does not mess things up. We've had beautiful blue skies for weeks and weeks. Every weekend I've been telling everyone, as long as the weather looks like this, I'm bringing my torch out for some. Didn't we get monsoon rainstorms on Summerfest week on the day of Summerfest last year, and it got completely rained out? I do believe we ended up staying home and didn't even go out because it was so bad. And I do believe that our friends set up at the where we normally have the Nob Hill Market, and they still set up, and people did stop by a little bit. They're really like trying to come in and get out of the rain and the storm and stuff. So I really do pray that the rains subside for Saturday, and we'll come back any other time. They can hit hard tomorrow and then go away for all day Saturday. Because I would love to be able to do some live glass blowing. So yeah, that's the plan. I got a phone so I could promote for Summerfest Saturday. I'm gonna try to set up probably by 3 p.m. So if you want to come check me out, I'll be out there early. I'll probably be out there close to noon, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I'm just right now, I'm making a whole bunch of mushrooms. I've got a stack of 48 of them all in here right now. So there's a stack of 48 of them in here. And I'm working on another 48 to go right here. Working on some greens. So we got 2, 4, 6, 2 more to go on the greens, and then I can move on to another color. But I just wanted to do a quick announcement right now. And I just wanted to show you guys I got a new phone. I actually have a beautiful, beautiful new phone. Awesome blue case, stylish blue case. It works. Beautiful blue screen there because the cool blue, right? And I will be going live to test this out here very soon. So I know that right before I lost contact with everyone, I was about to send out one of the giveaways for our 1,000 or 1K subscribers glass giveaway contest. And I still have a bunch of glass, guys, from that. And I was going to send out to one of our viewers who had won. She was wondering what had happened. And I let her know I didn't know. I was trying to find out where I'm sending everything to. You know, where does everyone live? Where am I sending things to? And she finally sent me an email again. And then it was like the next day or sometime close to that. I couldn't send it out. That was sad. Oops, I just realized this isn't ready to be pushed. I got to pull a stringer. I'm going to do a quick style stringer for those of you who watch and learn how to blow glass. This is a quick way of just using a puntee, attaching your glass or color, and doing a quick pull. I'm going to try to go vertical with this. Just do a quick little pull like that. Boom. And then that should just easily snap right off. And now we're ready to push this one in. So how you been doing, ANCAP? I know that you've been out there following what's been going on in the city. You know, I noticed that there's an individual. What's his name? Something Oliveira. He is a reporter who goes all around the world. He was up at Standing Rock, Flint, Michigan. He was out there for the Moss Landing fire with the lithium battery plant fire and all that crazy stuff going on out there in East Palestine, Ohio, talking about the floods and stuff out there in Asheville and so many places. This individual came out to Albuquerque, New Mexico recently, a few weeks ago. I forget his first name. It's something Oliveras. And he was showing off our war zone, which is exactly where I live here. And he really showed off a lot of stuff, went around. He had a couple people following him around doing interviews with him. And he was really getting to talk to the people on the streets. And he also got too intimate. And he almost got beat up a few times. He almost got jumped for saying the wrong things. You know, you don't yell out things in certain areas if you don't understand what the gang calls are and different. What you claiming your sets, you're claiming the turf, and you got to be careful of the things you say. He almost might have got taken out with the pew pew, but yeah, I forget his name. It's not Anthony Oliveras. It's something like that, though. I don't know if he was with Status Quo News or what he was with, or if he just does his own thing. But yeah, that was an interesting interview. I only got one more of these to make after I do this one, and then I'm going to let you guys go. Just a quick check in with y'all. Let you know that I got completely kicked out of all my social media. I couldn't get into Facebook to post anywhere. I couldn't get onto my YouTube. So for a minute, I was actually watching videos without my own algorithm. And that was interesting to see what YouTube would just automatically throw at me. A lot of news, a lot of politics, a lot of stuff with Trump, a lot of stuff that was going on in California and all that stuff. It's interesting. Once you remove your algorithm, it's like a whole new world. It's a different experience. It's really interesting. I wasn't getting any of your notifications, ANCAP. I wasn't getting any of the tens of thousands of people I've subscribed to. I don't know if it's really tens of thousands, but I guarantee you it's thousands of people I've subscribed to on YouTube, and I wasn't getting any of their notifications. No notifications on anywhere. I don't even know if I was able to get into Nextdoor.com because that is also a Google interface. And so you know what that means, right? You know the whole guy, Mr. Gates himself, the pioneer of it all, the one who stepped down from the throne a few years ago to become some kind of medical advisor or whatever. All it takes is the flip of a switch, and it all goes down. I'm glad that I'm personally prepared and ready to just be without a phone. I wasn't like, there's a lot of people out there who, if they don't have a phone, they throw temper tantrums like babies, like little kids, little children who can't get their Game Boy, who can't get their Atari, who can't get their pogo stick. I don't know. Can't get their ball and jacks. Just like a bunch of kids throwing temper tantrums. If your phone don't work, you can't get into social media. You can't see if anyone liked your stuff or commented on your stuff. I didn't even care. I was just like, this is actually nice to be away from it all, to not feel obligated. Like there was no obligations. At that point, I was like, well, I guess I'm in here blowing glass for myself. Once again, like I always used to do. I've decided that, I kind of call this my dungeon, right? And this is my fire breathing dragon right here. And, not too many people join me in the dungeon. Over the last 30 years, not too many people have spent time with me here in the dungeon. And yeah, it's not the funnest thing. I mean, if you've watched me blow glass for a while, it's not that exciting anymore, right? Unless I'm doing something magical or amazing. But, like most, I don't have any family members who come in here and hang out with me and shoot the shit, talk to me while I'm blowing glass, you know? I don't have too many friends who come in anymore and just hang out. What's going on, Seven Stacks? I am back. I was just explaining how I got locked out of all social media and I had a wonderful vacation away from it all. It was a beautiful experience. I was just, focusing on work. One of the last videos I made was that I got fired. Remember? I got fired from a job. And it was a client that I really enjoyed working for every Thursday. I helped this individual plant a beautiful garden this year in some Dutch buckets, which are self-watering systems that are in 5-gallon buckets. 2 buckets, one inserted into another, one that holds soil. The one on the bottom holds the water. She doesn't even have to worry about watering her plants anymore. I gave her an ultimate solution for her disability, and then she fired me. So I ended up replacing her with a better paying client who will pay me for 4 to 5 hours instead of only 3 hours. So I work a little bit more, but when it comes to yards, once you're like at that 2 to 3 hour mark, another hour or two really isn't that big of a deal, you know. So I got me a better client, one that I had last year. So I just returned to one of my clients. Then I got another client, which is another high paying client. I love it. So in this individual, first day I arrive, this individual decides, hey, I'm going to pay you for 4 weeks in advance. I like your work, what you did on the first day. You showed up prompt, on time, poignant, ready to work, got the job done. I'm going to pay you up front for 4 weeks. I'm like, dang, that's a beautiful client right there. So, yeah, like I said, when one door is closed, don't you know, many more is open. I did get fired from that job. And like I said, I lined up how many more opportunities? I got 2 job opportunities, and one of them was led by another job next door, and that individual now wants me to return back. So I'm back to 3 jobs. Lost one, got 3. And I still have to work on all the glass blowing, the balloons. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I needed to get the phone, guys, is so I could start communicating with everyone. I really don't want to get back on the Facebook again like I was. I kind of want to just utilize Facebook as more professionally and just promotion, promotion, promotion. And I know a lot of people just get tired of seeing self promotions all day. But you know what? That's about all I got for you on Facebook. YouTube, I'm going to give you guys pretty much everything here. We're going to pretty much talk about my life, my world, my paradigm, everything that surrounds me, and especially glass, especially glass. So we're always going to be working on glass. You're always going to know what I'm up to. Like this weekend, Summerfest, they're going to be starting Saturday, July 19th. That is from, I believe, either 5 or 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. Ozo Motley is going to be here on the main stage for Summerfest. They're coming out from California. Ozo Motley, they're old school. They used to know some of my friends, the local bands here. They actually Will Dog and one of the other members from Ozo Motley came into the recording studio when our band Chronic Logic was recording back in like 2000, something like that. So yeah, we go way back, and it'll be cool to see them again this Saturday. My plan is to show up, set up really early, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get there around noon, but I might not get there till about 1 or 2. I do plan to be set up by 3 and working. Now, if there's bad weather, that means that the glass blowing will not happen. At least live glass blowing won't happen, probably. I may bring all the stuff because, in Albuquerque, if it starts to rain, you just wait 5 minutes and then we might clear up. So I may bring everything out just to be prepared for that kind of a situation and scenario, because Albuquerque is crazy when it comes to weather like that. We might get snow and then a hurricane and then cyclone comes in, and then we got a blizzard and then a big old scorch burning of the sun. It ain't that drastic, but yeah, I mean, we go from like rain, snow to like sunny sun up here in the high desert in Albuquerque. So I'll be prepared. Hopefully, we don't have any rain. The forecast is saying that we're going to get rain all weekend. So let's pray that chemtrails actually do work. And anytime that I see them spraying heavily, which I haven't seen them spraying heavily in the last couple days, which means that they are allowing for the precipitation to fall. So I just pray that they come out and start spraying maybe tonight or tomorrow, and they do a little bit more chemtrail coverage, so that way it doesn't rain directly above us and we get that donut hole. Like it's basically a big hole on top of Albuquerque, and everything surrounding Albuquerque is all clouds, but everything in the center, it's like a clear sky if you look directly above. Even right now, the storms are bigger and more massive around us than directly above us. Excuse me. So yeah, I got a new phone, guys. I'm gonna be able to get in here, and we can get to all the different social media. This was the whole area, Google, which I couldn't get into Google, so I couldn't access any of this kind of stuff. And I guess there's a whole bunch of other things, but we're gonna finally eventually go live. Another thing that I was thinking about doing, guys, was is it in here? No, not there. Not there. Oh, is that it? Okay, I'm gonna have to try to find out where our photos are, but I'd like to. Dang, I can't just. Can I access them here? I don't know how to use this thing. I haven't even like played with it at all, so I don't know anything about this. But I would like to go through all of the photos that are on here, and I would like to do a story and basically tell you guys a story. Here's a little story I like to tell about three young brothers you know so well. It started way back in history. No, I want to tell you guys a story. You know what's weird too is Samsung has all these interesting apps. I don't know if you guys know about this one. Global Goals with the little color ring. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. But the one with the color rings right here, that's a World Economic Forum thing, guys. That's pushing us into the New World Order, the Great Reset. It's on Samsung. It's inevitable, guys. We're already here. The Great Reset has happened. But I would like to go in through the videos and the photos and tell you the story about the drop of water and basically archive it with all the old photos, the day one photos back in 2017, around April-ish, April 26th, and maybe before that, um, when we were invited to the Gathering Nations powwow, got invited to make the drop of water for the individuals that I knew as the White Buffalo dancers from Acoma, but then they got paired up with a couple other pueblos from New Mexico, and we created the drop of water, and that started a whole new shift in paradigm of things, and my life changed after that. So I wanted to give you guys the story of the drop of water, and hopefully this will then lead to the narrative, which will lead to a self-published book, which will then tell you the story of things leading up to what happened and how I started making the water drops, and where my focus was in life, and how things just kind of like shifted and changed. So, and then talking about the journey with the drop of water, how it took on its own journey all on its own. People started to gift them all over the world, and also Also, the different individuals, celebrities, of course, that we have been able to reach out um, directly. And mainly, I want to talk about the connection with water and how water connects us all. How we are all water keepers. We can all become water protectors if we understood that we are all made of water. If we wanted to protect ourselves, we would instantly become water protectors. If we understood that we were all made of 80 to 90% water, because our cellular um, our cells, our cellular matter is made up of 90% water and 10% matter. Our body, however, is made up of 60 to 80% water, depending on how much you take in and stuff like that. So I really want to talk about how we're all connected through water, through our cells, through creator, through creation, how the oceans do not separate the land because there's still land underneath the ocean. The water basically connects the land together. And through that vibration, how water is a memory keeper, how it holds frequencies and energies. And I just want to be able to share that importance on how water is life and every drop counts. So we're going to do that soon, guys, and go through that story and share of the drop of water. Water is life. Every drop counts. And our journey from the Gathering of Nations and the Buffalo Dance. So thank you guys so much for tuning in right now. I know this wasn't the most greatest and most exciting thing to watch here. I just wanted to give you guys some updates and let you know what had happened to me and why I went MIA on you all without any sort of notice. I didn't mean to just like drop out on you like that, but just know that when the time comes, if things like that do occur in the real world, I will be ready and prepared for any sort of situation when we get any sort of power outage, power grid, any sort of grid down situation. There's floodings and catastrophic floodings in places and fires all over the world right now. And people are getting pushed into these situations not knowing or understanding how to be self-sustainable and how to actually survive when you have nothing. And where do you get it all from? Everything has been given to us on this planet, on this earth, for us to survive. And it's simply just getting back to nature and reconnecting yourself and understanding that, and that we really don't need all this technology. The technology is what's really advancing us into this perpetual state of doom. But at the same time, it's kind of inevitable. More and more people are going to keep on coming up with new inventions and ideas, and we're going to keep on pushing for them. And then we're going to understand that we can make money and profits off of it through capitalism. And that's the way it works. And so it's good to be able to live on the duality of both sides of it, to know that you can survive and get back to nature if need be, but then also to be able to survive in this technological lifestyle and where we're at today. And with AI coming in and a lot of the problems and issues we're going to be facing soon, individuals who are saying things that they never said personally, but AI will trick people into believing that they've said things, they've done things. Black Mirror is going to be coming real soon. And I don't know if you guys have watched Black Mirror, but it's a great little thing to look into the future. I don't got any more to say. I'm gonna keep making some mushrooms here, and we're just gonna have at least 100 mushrooms, making spirals, making flowers, making jellyfish. I got plenty hot air balloons, I think. If there's anything that you guys think I should make for Summerfest, maybe do some cool little Route 66 things or something like that. I don't know if I can write Summerfest in a pendant and then shrink it down small, but I could definitely put 66 or Root or RT 66. So I may do some pendants like that. You guys give me some ideas on what you'd like to see in glass. And with that being said, let's pray for no rain for Saturday, July 19th, between 3 p.m. and I'm hoping to shut down by 8 p.m. so I can go see Ozo Motley. I think they go on at like 8 or 9, and they close out the event till 10. So that's where you'll find me, is at the Ozomatli stage, I hope, unless sales are just too good to be true and people got me too busy to get off the torch, and I just stay on the torch until 10 and miss out on things. But with that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm glad to be back. I was glad to have a beautiful vacation away from it all as well. It was good while it lasted. And like I said, I'm trying not to get on Facebook anymore like I used to, and I really don't want to waste time on there as much as I used to. And just, you know, I think it's getting back to minding my own business, and actually like minding my own business paradigm and making this kind of stuff happen. All right. Love and blessings to you all. Thank you guys so much. And Cap, appreciate you. Seven Stacks, appreciate you for coming in and chatting a little bit. I'll be checking in on your guys' channel soon too. All right. You guys have a good one. Love and blessings. I'm out.